Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Varsha Singh, Assistant Professor in Department of Painting, Vasant Kanya Mahavidyalay, Kamacha, Varanasi. Here I am going to present my fifth lecture of Module 3. The course title is Postmodern Art and Literature, Theory and Practice. My fifth lecture title is Exploring Different Art Styles and Forms During Postmodern Era, Part 2. In this lecture, we will again study and understand of postmodern arts, different art styles. Fifth art style is multimedia art. Multimedia art combines a variety of media, both traditional and modern, blending different materials and technologies like video, sound, performance, installation, environmental art, sculpture, and digital media. Emerging from Dada movement like Zurich, Cabaret Voltaire, and later developed by Surrealist multimedia art engages multiple senses sight, sound, touch, and smell, and often involves movement and technology. Unlike mixed media, it integrates diverse forms dynamically using advanced tools like computer, video, and interactive elements. Multimedia art emerged as a distinct from during the shift from modernism to postmodernism, influenced by the communication technologies of the 1970s. It carries many postmodern characteristics, notably the principle of monopolizing where artists reuse existing images or artworks without concern of original ownership. In postmodern and multimedia art, spatial features involves creating complex environments and carefully choosing display locations to form part of the artwork. This approach rejects the idea of durability and timelessness. Some points is lack of durability and instability. Many works are temporary and movable, challenging the traditional stability of art as seen in Joseph Baez's performances. Accumulative accumulation. Artworks assemble multiple elements or media in a collage like manner. Discursive integration of language in text within visual art using narration and literature. Example works by Zanny Holzer and Barbara Kruger. Connectionism mixing materials, media, and references freely, enabling broad audience interactions through multiple senses, spatial features. Here is example of Robert Smithson's work Spiral Jetty. Spiral Jetty, created by Robert Smithson in 1970, is a monumental earthwork made from rocks and earth, forming a vast spiral in Utah, Great Salt Lake. The piece explores the relationship between art, nature, and time, emphasizing natural processes of change and decay. Smithson's aim was to move art beyond galleries, creating an immersive experience that interacts with its environment and challenges. The idea of permanence, the sculpture serves as a metaphor for the transient nature of human existence. reminding us that, like the Zeti, we are shaped by forces beyond our control, and our time on earth is just a fleeting movement in the endless flow of time. Here is a next example of Peter Weibel, Volcanologies der Emotionen, performance 1971 video installation with 16 motions. In this work, Peter Weibel's Volcanologies der Emotionen 1971 is a video installation featuring 16 monitors. The performance piece explores the eruption of emotions using multiple screens to intensify the sensory experience and reflect the complexity of human emotional states. By engaging with the visual and auditory, Weibel delves into the chaotic nature of emotions and their representation through media, combining technology with psychological exploration. Appropriation art. Appropriation art Appropriation in art refers to the practice of using existing objects or images and placing them in new context to create original works. This approach often serves as a commentary on the source material, challenging its meaning or reframing it with a different cultural or narrative setting. Through appropriation, artists explore themes of originality, authorship, and perceived value of art. Prominent figures who have embraced appropriation include Andy Warhol, who famously transformed commercial icons like Campbell's soup cans and Marilyn Monroe's image. The boundary between appropriation and theft in art depends on context and intent. Appropriation is seen as valid when it transforms the original work to create new meaning. Without significant transformation, it may be considered theft. Appropriation in art began with the Cubist collages of Picasso and Braque around 1912. Incorporating real objects like newspapers, Marshall Duchamp expanded this idea with his ready-mades, notably found in 1915, surrealists such as Salvador Dali with his lobster telephone also embraces also embraced appropriation. In the late 1950s, artists like Jasper Jones, Robert Rauschenberg, and the pop art movement widely used appropriated images and objects in their work. The term appropriation in art gained prominence in the 1980s with American artists like Sherry Levin and Neo Geo Group, including Jeff Koons. Levin recreated famous works to generate new meaning. Here is an example of artist Muhammad Ali, A Moment on the Lip. Artist Muhammad Ali utilized this technique to lampoon prevalent social behavior. The title is somewhat elusive, but his witty innovations of idolized figures were playful potshots of prevailing cultural traits. Mona Lisa, amongst the most widely reinterpreted Renaissance paintings, is reimagined repainted by Ali as a junk food enthusiast, whilst still retained the shy demeanor of Leonardo's muse, surrounded by pizza and Pepsi. The lady ponders whether to consume the cheesy wedge in her hand or to refrain. Foisting a foodie sensibility onto a classic beauty is a comical destabilization of icon and satirical comment on fast food and overindulgence. Next example, Robert Nelson's Batman Scream revamp. Robert Nelson's reinterpretation of the artwork features a richer color palette and introduces his own senses of humor by incorporating themes from Batman, including characters like Batman, the Joker, Arkham City, and the iconic Bat single. In a contemporary context, this piece reflects the artist's love for Batman's related media and his playful approach, blending these elements into Edwards' original work. While the original piece captured the struggles of everyday life, artists like Robert Nelson have reimagined it with new materials and iconic characters to create fresh connections to modern society. Next topic is feminist art. Postmodern feminism embraces the postmodern ideals of diversity, plurality, and difference while challenging traditional male centered thinking. Its goal is to dismantle existing gender concepts and deconstruct past theories of gender relations by emphasizing individual and group differences. Postmodern feminism provides a theoretical foundation for overturning the traditional gender binary. Art that seeks to challenge the dominance of men in both art and society to gain recognition and equality for women artists and question assumptions about womanhood. Beginning in 1960s and 70s, feminist artists used a variety of medium including painting, performance art and crafts historically considered women's work to make work aimed at ending sexism and oppression and exposing femininity to be a masquerade or set of poses adopted by women to conform to social expectations. While many of the debates inaugurated in these decades are still ongoing, a younger generation of feminist artists takes an approach incorporating interesting concerns about race, class, forms of privilege, and gender identity and fluidity. Both feminism and feminist art continue to evolve. Here are some influential women artists who reshaped contemporary art and challenged traditional norms. Key figures are Barbara Kruger, Georgia O'Keeffe, Frida Kahlo, Louise Bourgeois, Teresa Burga, Carrie Ma Weems, Kiki Smith, Gorilla Girls, Sarah Lekas, Alexandra Gallagher. In this slide, we can see an example of Barbara Kruger. Her work's title is Untitled, Your body is a battleground. 1989. The medium is photographic silk screen on vinyl. Barbara Kruger's untitled Your Body is a Battleground 1989 blends art and protest created for Women's March on Washington to support reproductive rights using stark imagery and blood text. Kruger critiques cultural hierarchies and commercialization of society, making a powerful, timeless statement on bodily autonomy and political resistance. Here is a next example. Lorna Simpson's Stereo Styles 1988 consists black and white Polaroid prints arranged in a grid, each showing a woman from the back wearing an identical white sleeveless dress. The only difference between the image is the woman's hairstyle. These variations in hair create different perceptions of the woman, suggesting that our understanding of identity is shaped by the cultural meanings attached to hairstyle. Along the center of the grid, 10 plugs display terms like daring, sensible, severe, long and silky, boyish, ageless, silly, magnetic, country fresh, sweet, linking the hairstyles to specific stereotypes and exploring how we categorize identity through appearance. Next art style is public art. Public art defies a single form or style. It can be monumental or subtle, abstract or realistic, and created through casting, carving, building, assembling, or painting. It may blend into its site or deliberately contrast with it. What defines public art is the relationship between its making, its location, and its meaning. It can reflect community values, transforms spaces, provoke thoughts, or challenge perceptions. Public art captures the artist's response to the world shaped by the time and place they inhabit. As public art evolves, many contemporary works are designed to engage with the audience, making the relationship between the artwork and viewer central to its meaning. This interaction shapes both the artist. This interaction shapes both the artist's message and the viewer's experience, opening up new possibilities or interpretations. Public art serves multiple roles: beautifying space, educating, commemorating, and reflecting political or social issues. It spans various forms from sculptures and murals to graffiti and performances, and it's experienced in public spaces, bypassing traditional gallery audiences. Originally focused on fostering community pride, public art expanded in 1970s to include street art, public interventions, and personal expressions influenced by civil rights movements, free from commercial or political constraints. It is accessible, site specific, and diverse in form, including sculptures, murals, and performances. Public art can be temporary or permanent and often challenges social norms, using unconventional materials and method. Here is an example, puppy 1992. This made in stainless steel, soil and flowering plants. A massive West Highland Terrier covered in plants and blooms. Jeff Koons' puppy 1992 is a monument to saccharine iconography. The sculpture, which is at Guggenheim Museum in Bilbao, Spain, is a complex combination of steel, armature, anchored in concrete, a network of watering pipes, and geotextile fabrics that feeds actual living flowers, creating a joyful, exuberant pop art experience that keep on growing. The first mural, created in collaboration by Blue and French artist Zayar, shows two figures attempting to remove each other's mask with one hand while using the other hand to form the letters E and W with their fingers, symbolizing the east side and west side. On a nearby wall, Blue created a second mural portraying a businessman or corporate boss fixing his tie with two gold watches linked like handcuffs, symbolizing his imprisonment by capitalist greed. Conclusion. In postmodernism, artists reject traditional boundaries, mix high and low art, and reflect a world of shifting identities and ideas. Postmodernist art leaves a legacy of openness, questioning, and continuous reinterpretation. Postmodernism reshaped the definition of art by questioning originality, authenticity, and artistic authority. Its legacy continues to shape contemporary artistic practices, influencing both emerging and established artists, encourages viewers to engage critically with art, culture, and society rather than passively consuming it. In the digital age, postmodernist ideas continues to evolve, influencing everything from internet culture to AI generated art. Here are some references. I used books and websites, all images taken from Google. Thank you.